Hitting a load of downhill runs is certainly a focus of many riders, but are we thin on the ground in terms of bikes? In today's EMBN show, we look at some of the options to you, the riders. Don, we both come from a downhill background.
I enjoy a long travel e-bike. It's one of my favourite things to smash out some runs on.
And you've had some absolute belters over the years. I'm thinking Specialized Kenevo SL.
Yeah, well,
you've had the Talk On.
That's true. I forgot about that bike. Yeah, and also, the Kenevo SL was the one that started it for me. It's almost looks a little old-fashioned now, that bike, because it's talking 4 years ago I built that bike, and obviously we've lost it. Was it 50 Newton meters, that bike? It was quite low power and torque, obviously, but it was a brilliant bike downhill, and it was pretty light as well, to be fair.
170, 180 mile travel.
And flipping it, did it bomb down the hill, so I loved it for that.
19 to 20 kilos, depending on the build. But, you know, before that came the Kenevo, the full-powered Kenevo, which is again the same amount of travel, slightly heavier, around about 25, 26 kilos. But it seems we have less long travel e-mounted bikes on the scene at the moment. Is the industry trying to angle towards bikes which can do it all? You know, the kind of 150, 160 mil travel.
I rode that Merida 180 last winter in Girona, that place you've just been, and loved it. It was a weighty beast, but it was it was well balanced. It was a good value bike, if I remember correctly, as well. And that bombed downhill. The extra weight, sometimes, if you've got the tyres and brakes, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just loads of grip, loads of stopping ability.
I think that Canyon Talk On that you had, probably one of the standout gravity-based e-mountain bikes for quite a long time.
Definitely,
900 watt hour battery.
I don't know how well they sold it in the numbers, but just from, what I see on the trail, did not seem that many of them, I suppose, but I don't know. People tend to go, I find, in the UK, 150, 160 are probably the most popular travels, I would suggest, but I would like to see more long travel bikes for sure.
Well, let's have a discussion then about what would make the ultimate gravity-based eMtb. I suppose the first thing is travel, and of course travel is linked to front fork as well. You rode a Santa Cruz V10 back in the day. That was anything from 200 mil to 220 mil.
Big travel, about too much for me, in fact, it turned out, but a lot of the other riders seem to like it. I see a lot of people sticking a triple clamp fork on there, maybe mid-travel trail e-bikes, you'd say, so bumping up to 200 on the front, which obviously slacks the bike out as well. And it does give you the feel of a downhill bike, doesn't it? But whether or not it suits every bike, I'm not convinced.
Do you think, with the advent of forks, 38 mil stanchion forks, do you think you can get away with a single crown fork today rather than a triple clamp?
Well, I definitely do, but also it's very expensive. That new Fox Podium fork I've got ups the level of performance, I've got to say. It's incredible. For a single crown fork, it is really, really good, and I wouldn't upgrade from that to a triple clamp.
Yeah, I have been looking at that fork thinking I would really dearly like to get my hands on that Kado works of yours.
Yeah, it's very good.
Geometry, I think when it comes to geometry, numbers such as 63 head angle.
You're seeing that on trail e-bikes now as well, or near enough.
Yeah, what like a 63?
Yeah, 63.5 for these sort of 160 bikes is not unusual nowadays.
Do you think? I think one of the key things. I mean, we've been focused on weight. The Kenevo SL was 20 kilos, and we're seeing more full power e-mounted bikes nowadays around 20 to 22 kilos. However, more weight always leads to greater performance, because if you look at bigger forks, allow you to go down through burlier terrain. Heavier tyres give you more grip and control. Bigger brakes give you more stopping ability. So the heavier the components, in a gravity scenario, do give you a better bike.
Yeah. I do think there is a definite balance, though. I don't want a bike so heavy, because I feel like you gain in stability and grip, you lose in agility and climbing ability. Arguable, I suppose, debatable, that one, but I don't think I want to go much above 23, 24 personally.
So linked to that then is modular battery systems. and the possibility of gravity-based bikes having, like, say, 400 watt-hour batteries. You can do a morning's run in the bike park, come back for lunch and swap out another another battery, or the option of having, I mean, your Avanox bike charges in what, like an hour or something like that?
You can get a really good top up in an hour, that's for sure, yeah.
So I guess the thing with the smaller capacity battery, it puts the weight lower into the bike and therefore makes the bike more manoeuvrable in the air. I mean, I would never know because my wheels never leave the ground like you do.
Although a heavy bike in the air is still quite nice sometimes for stability again, even once you're up there.
Okay, so what options have we currently got on the market? I've been doing a quick look around. New Focus has a long travel bike, 160, 170, Canyon Torque on. But what about the Yeti 160, 170 with the podium fork? I guess it's more sort of super enduro than gravity, but it is built to descend, right?
Right, Yeti LTE, Bosch CX motor. It's 12,900 euros. Non-removable 800 watt-hour battery, which won't suit everyone. Again, there's a lighter 600 watt-hour option available if you want it. Bosch Kiox top tube display, 400C top tube display. And it's getting to the way to using the age-old combo of lighter tyres. But I think actually, for people like me, I actually find it mostly okay. So they've got a Schwalbe Magic Mary trail casing on the front, which is where they're saving a bit of weight, and a Gravity Albert on the rear. But I think actually for someone like me, that's probably all right. I rarely feel like I need a gravity casing up front, although sometimes I do. But you maybe want gravity tyres more?
I do. I mean, you've just done a half marathon. Congratulations on that. And some fundraising as well.
I did, yeah. I raised a few £100.
You lost a few kilos there, no doubt.
I'm getting there, yeah.
So the interesting thing about the Yeti is that the suspension is configurable in terms of its progression.
Yes.
Do you think this is more marketing than practicality?
I like the idea, but I reckon you'll probably find the one that suits you and then you'll never change it. But at least you can find the one that suits you possibly better than if you couldn't do it.
I mean, there's three types of setup on the Yeti. You've got racy and consistent, 25%, balanced ride 30%, and plush then poppy. Sorry, my teeth nearly came out of that. And plush then poppy 35%. It's a complicated art to get suspension right.
It's quite a big change, I would say.
It's a huge change.
From 25 up to 35. I like that. I would like to try a bike that can do that without having to open up the shock and getting into that nitty-gritty. Do it on the fly.
Folks, let us know what you think about the progression setup on the new Yeti bike, and also what type of gravity e-mountain bike you'd like to see more of for sale.
News this week, start with industry news that's been rumbling around for a while about Yeti after they entered into self-administration earlier in the year. We've heard rumours of some of their team riders on the gravity circuit sort of looking for other rides and customers waiting for bikes. Well, Marcus Fossman, the original owner, has released a statement saying that he is currently trying to buy back the company. I think it sounds like it's in process, but it should be happening. And he's assured that anyone who has placed an order for a bike will either receive their bike or a refund, which is good news.
It's great news. I mean, it's good news and bad news, right? I think let's not forget the impact that YT have had on the mountain bike industry. When they started off back in 2012, 2013, they were massive disruptors. They brought, they were one of the first to bring this direct sales model. The bikes they offered the riders, a really good spec gravity 200mm bike for £2,000 to £3,000.
That Capra changed the sort of landscape for riders and for the industry. They took notice that actually someone's doing a really good bike at a really good price. Yeah. And it did change everything.
It was a full carbon bike for, I think it was £3,500. Great geometry, great componentry. The performance was fantastic. And it just allowed more people to have great bikes. So they made a huge impact. I remember when they started off, there were people in the industry who seriously disliked YT.
Yeah,
because of what they were doing. But like I said, they brought more riders into mountain biking, I think, and it's a real shame. Of course, some great e-bikes as well. So hopefully you'll be able to get hold of them and you'll find the support you need as well, should you need it. So that's good news and positive news. But
Moving into slightly lighter good news, Steve. Ibis, did you realise Ibis sell dog-related products?
Dog treats?
They have leads and collars. So actually, if you want an Ibis bike and you want something to go on your dog that matches, then great. Get involved because there's 25% off some of their selected dog apparel because they're celebrating National Dog Week in the US.
Do you take your dog on e-mountain bike rides?
Sometimes, rarely though.
See, I used to take my sheepdog on e-mountain bike rides, and you could go too long and their pads would wear out if you go on fire roads.
Well,
so
my pad is very fast, but he annoys me, he gets in the way, so I'd rather go without him if I'm honest.
Okay.
A reminder, we still have the competition running for Ergon products until the 5th of October, which is this Sunday. So there's 2 Ergon bundles to give away, consisting of a pair of HM2 gloves, a pair of GA3 grips, and an SME mountain core saddle. Get involved. It is open worldwide except for Australia and New Zealand, like I said last week. Sorry about that. But it closes at 10 a.m. British summertime this Sunday. Is it still British summertime? When's that changed? Is that the end of October?
End of October.
The end of. Right, there you go. So get involved. You've got a little while yet.
Okay, time now, folks, for cool places. 2022 trek rail north of Mount St Helens volcano. James Magnuson.
I saw that
Dom,
video.
Come on, why am we need to be there? Mike, can we get over to St Mount St Helens, please?
Do you remember it exploded?
Mike's
I
on the
saw
popcorn.
a video of the side of that mountain crumbling away. It's crazy.
So Mount St Helens is Pacific Ring of Fire, right?
I believe so, innit? It's up there northwest somewhere.
Beautiful. We need to, transition guys, come and, where's our invite to get over there?
Yeah.
Toby Edmonds, climb Mount Snowdon on Kenevo. Oh, there you go, Kenevo SL. We were just talking about it.
Yes, and they did it. I put this in so it was interesting. Another mountain, not a volcano. Or is it? Might be a dormant. But they went as a family. So you can see the little kid seat up on the front of that Kenevo SL. 3-year-old, yeah, that's good going, isn't it?
My daughter cycled up Snowdon when she was 12.
But she loved it.
I'm not going to say what happened that day, but it was quite an entertaining day.
And they got up at 5 a.m. done for breakfast. How do you get a 3-year-old up at 5 a.m?
I don't. Can you tell us?
You don't. Well,
right now this is Archipelagia Living out with the new Cubester Hybrid 144. Just rewarded myself with a swim in the lake in the picture.
I don't know where it is, but how do you say it?
Archipelagia Living.
It's got to be Scandinavia somewhere, isn't it? Lovely.
Right, some feedback. Richard Pikesley on the waiting list here in the UK for a Velduro frame, the perfect solution for upgrading from my Kenevo. How come there's so much Kenevo SL talk?
I don't know.
This is aligning very well, isn't it? Using the majority. Yeah, so basically the Velduro is a frame option with the Avanox motor.
Gibby Kerwin got involved and said the same. Love the frame only option from Velduro, which we've said a few times, or I've jumped on a few times, definitely, because I'd love to see more of these. But it's got to be. I know Crestline, I believe you can do that with the Avanox motor as well.
Yeah,
actually, but there are not many of them.
Yeah.
Knocking about. And if you have a Kenevo SL, which maybe you think is possibly looking like it needs an update, then that's a great way of doing it.
For sure. Rob Haskins, Steve, as you know, looks and lightweight sells bikes, but lightweight is not as important as low centre of gravity weight. I mean, you're the centre of gravity person.
That's true. Well,
I've actually added 4 1-kilo steel skid plates under my Amflow motor and use 145mm pinned cranks.
That's interesting.
Also fitted a 7-speed downward cassette and short tough derailleur. It works for me at 63 kilos myself. Maybe it's only me and some Goldstone kid that likes adding weight.
Isn't it? I mean,
interesting.
There's a lot of interesting points there, but what I find very interesting is I see on the downhill circuit, if someone starts winning, everyone tries to copy. So for those years, everyone bought Commensals because Piron was winning, and now everyone's riding around with massive high bars and weights on their bikes because Jackson Golds is winning.
Did everyone have narrow bars when you were winning?
I wasn't winning, that's the problem.
Yeah, you were. He's too modest, old Don is. I'll never forget riding your bikes, and they used to have like 630s on there.
Yeah, I wasn't winning them with those bars.
But you know what? I rode a bike, and you've cut the bars down.
I do cut them. 750, 760 is my option.
I think it's an interesting handling characteristic.
Yeah, I like it. into everyone else's bikes, because the Bike Vault has got some crackers, some nice landscapes here as well. Matt Brown is up above Rochdale, near Manchester, on the edge of the Pennines. Not somewhere I've ever ridden really up there, Steve. It looks all barren and wild, but in the sunshine it looks pretty damn good. On the Ghost E-Teru Advanced.
It's nice. Nice.
Yeah.
This doesn't look real. Only 3 hours old and loving my local countryside. Ross Kershaw, Amflow, boom, super nice.
We get a lot of new bikes. I think everyone goes out on their new bikes and then they take pictures.
It's a bit of horse on, isn't it?
There you go.
Quite a big piece of horse on there. Right, so my regular home trail, South Germany, Plattenberg downhill. That's a beautiful colour. Is that an Aubert?
Aubert Rise.
Nice. Greg. Mountain views from Sydney, Australia. Polygon T7.
Okay, Greg says, you can see Sydney. Oh no, you can. It's only 25 minutes from the Sydney Opera House. That trail.
Wow,
pretty amazing, isn't it?
That is pretty amazing.
Polygon.
That's super nice.
Gotta be.
Alan Macaulay. Alan, you need to put the full bike in the shot, but I do like the background.
And you see where it is, Steve? Favourite of yours, the Jura.
The Jura.
Mont Blanc is in the background.
Am I going to say it? Comté cheese, and also the Jura is where the pipe was invented. Yeah.
And it's a name for whiskey, isn't it? Jura whiskey.
Jura whiskey as well. Yeah.
Another Amflow, where this is winter in Australia, and actually Stephen says it's tough. This is Clovelly Beach, beautiful part of the world.
I'm into the gold bits on this bike.
Mulleted. Yeah, I see a lot of people mulleting their Amflows.
Super nice.
Jazzy, that is.
That's it for the Bike Vault.
Très jazzy.
Great seeing the change in e-mountain bikes since we started the channel 8 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Interesting social and also videos the last few weeks. Andy McKenna.
Yeah,
the legend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I watched this on YouTube. It's a great video called Reborn, a story about riding, resilience, and the paths we don't choose. It's on the Santa Cruz YouTube.
Yeah. Tommy Wilkinson's on that as well, isn't he?
Well, that was it. It's Tommy Wilkinson's story where Andy goes to meet up with him and rides with him and talks about his accident where he smashed his shoulder, tore all the nerves, did lots of damage, and how he has followed a different path than expected. But he's back working and riding a bike, and it's a really good video, actually.
Really cool video, yeah. And that's it for this week's EMBN show. Coming up on this channel on Friday, we take a deep dive look into Marley's 105 Nm, 850 watt peak power M40 in northern Spain. And then on Sunday, we go racing with Danny McCaskill.